Good day po, ma'am. So, this is our topic for the group. Okay, so first we have the expanding human population, which is under po ng the expanding human population is um, we have the climate change, air pollution, water pollution, chemical exposure. Then we have the ecosystem health and the emerging contaminants. Then we have the environmental justice also. Then for the topic of population growth, we have the environmental impact, resource scarcity, urbanization, the social and economic implications, health and well-being, sustainable development, and then so that's it po. So then by my group, I assign to them assign to them every topic which is they can discuss individually. So first reporter po namin ay si Miss Tripoli po.
Climate change remains one of the most pressing environmental challenges. Rising global temperatures, changing weather patterns, increased frequency of extreme events, and sea level far-reaching consequences in human health. Climate-related health risks include heat-related illnesses, respiratory problems due to air pollution, waterborne disease, and the spread of vector-borne disease. So climate change refers to a long-term alteration in temperature patterns, weather conditions, and other aspects of Earth climate system. So yung climate change po is a primary cause by the increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere resulting from human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. So when we burn fossil fuels like oil, and natural gas for energy production and transportation, they release carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These greenhouse gases act like blanket, trapping heat from the sun and preventing it from escaping back into space. This phenomenon is known as the greenhouse effect. So the increased concentration of greenhouse gases amplifies the greenhouse effect, leading to global warming. As a result, the average temperature of the Earth's surface and ocean rises over time. This rise in temperature has various consequences, including first, melting ice and rising sea levels. Warmer temperatures cause glaciers and ice caps to melt, leading to the expansion of ocean water. Biodiversity loss. Climate change can affect ecosystem, forcing species to adopt, migrate, or face extinctions. Many plants and animals may struggle to survive and alter habitats or face disruptions in food chains, which can result in significant biodiversity. Health risk. Climate change can exacerbate health problems by increasing the frequency and intensity of heat waves, spreading infectious disease, and worsening air quality due to more frequent wildfire and increased pollution. It is crucial to address climate change by reducing greenhouse gas emissions, transitioning to renewable energy sources, promoting sustainable practices, and adopting climate resilience strategy. International cooperation and individual efforts are necessary to mitigate the impacts of climate change and protect our planet for future generations. Air pollution caused by industrial emissions, vehicle exhaust, and burning fossil fuels have significant health implications. Exposure to pollutants like PM2.5 is associated with respiratory diseases, cardiovascular problems, and an increased risk of cancer. Urban areas, particularly in developing countries, face unique challenges in combating air pollution, requiring comprehensive strategies involving emissions, regulation, cleaner energy sources to improve transportation, urban planning, and public awareness to protect public health. So air pollution refers to the presence of harmful substances in the Earth's atmosphere that can have adverse effect on human health, the environmental, and the overall quality of the air we breathe. So yung air pollution po can originate from both natural and human-made sources. Natural sources including volcanic eruption, dust storm, wildfires, and natural processes that release gases like methane and carbon dioxide. However, the majority of air pollution is caused by the human activities, including industrial processes, transportation, energy production, agriculture, and waste management. So, air pollution po can have significant impacts on human health, leading to respiratory problems, cardiovascular diseases, allergy, and even premature death. It can also harm ecosystems, damage crops, forests, and bodies of water, and contribute to climate change. So to mitigate air pollution, various measures are implemented, including use of cleaner fuels. And to mitigate air pollution, various measures are implemented, including use of cleaner fuels and technologies, promoting renewable energy sources, improving industrial processes, implementing emission standards, and adopting sustainable transportation system. Additionally, raising awareness about the causes and effects of air pollution and encouraging individuals' action can contribute to improving air quality and protecting public health. Water pollution, contaminated water sources pose significant risk to human health. Industrial discharges, agriculture, runoff from improper waste management, and inadequate sanitation infrastructure contribute to water pollution. Drinking water contaminated with toxic chemicals, heavy metals, and pathogens can lead to various water-borne diseases, including cholera, dysentery, and hepatitis. Water pollution refers to the contamination of water bodies such as lakes, rivers, oceans, and groundwater by various pollutants. It occurs when harmful substances or pollutants are introduced into the water, making it unfit for its intended use and potentially harming aquatic life, ecosystems, and human life. These are several sources and causes of water pollution. First, industrial pollution. Industrial pollution. Industries discharge unthreatened or inadequately threatened waste into water bodies containing harmful chemicals, heavy metals, and toxins. These pollutants can include industrial solvents, heavy metals, pesticides, and toxic chemicals which have detrimental effects on aquatic life and persist in the environment for a long time. Number two is agricultural pollution. The use of fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides in agriculture practices can result in water pollution. When exceed amounts of this substance area applied to fields, they can enter water bodies through runoff, contaminating surface water, and groundwater. Agricultural pollution can lead to eutrophication, a process in which can exceed nutrient levels over, cause the overgrowth of algae, depleting oxygen levels in water, and harming aquatic organisms. 3. Municipal and domestic waste. Discharge or unthreatened or partially threatened sewage and wastewater from household, commercial establishments, and municipalities can pollute water bodies. These waste contain organic matter, pathogens, nutrients, and other pollutants that can degrade water quality and pose health risks. 4 is oil spills, accidental or intentional release of oil and petroleum products into water bodies can have devastating effects on aquatic system. Oil spills coat the water surface, harming marine animals, birds, and plants. The spill oil can also contaminate sediments and affect the food chain. 5. Improper waste disposal. Improper disposal of solid waste, including plastic chemicals, and hazardous materials, can lead to water pollution. When these waters are not adequately managed, they can leach into the groundwater, or be carried by rainfall runoff into rivers and streams. The impacts of water pollution are significant and widespread. It can harm aquatic life, disrupt ecosystem, and have adverse effects on human health. Polluted water can cause diseases when consumed or used for bathing, irrigation, or recreational activities. Additionally, it can degrade the quality of drinking water sources, necessitating expensive treatment processes. Preventing water pollution requires a combination of regulatory measures, technological advancements, and public awareness. Efforts should be made to reduce industrial emissions, promote sustainable agricultural practices, improve wastewater treatment facilities, and enforce strict regulation on waste disposal. It is crucial to foster a collective responsibility to protect water sources and promote sustainable water management practices to mitigate water pollution and preserve the health of our ecosystems and communities.
Good day, ma'am. I'm Ramsey Sambrano Jr. and to Charlie, and today I will discuss the chemical exposure, ecosystem health, and emerging contaminants. First is chemical exposure. The presence of hazardous chemicals in our environment continues to raise concerns. Pesticides, industrial chemicals, heavy metals, and persistent organic pollutants can accumulate in the food chain and pose health risks. Exposure to these substances has been associated with developmental disorders, reproductive issues, neurological disorders, and certain types of cancer. So sabi ra po is yung chemical exposure, sabi dito ang pagkakaroon ng mapanganib na chemical sa ating kapaligiran kabilang ang mga pesticide, pang industriya na chemical, mabibigat na metal at patuloy na mga organikong pollutant ay isang seryosong ala. Ang mga sangkap na ito ay maaaring maipon sa food chain at magdulot ng malaking panganib sa kalusugan sa mga tao. Mahalagang at ayusin ang paggamit, pagtapon, at pagpapalabas ng mga chemical na ito upang mabawasan ang mga epekto nito sa kalusugan ng tao at matiyak ang isang mas ligtas at mas malusog na kapaligiran para sa kasalukuyan at sa inaharap ng mga henerasyon. And next is ecosystem health. Ecosystem health. Environmental health is closely intertwined with ecosystem health. Biodiversity loss, habitat destruction, deforestation, and pollution can disrupt ecosystem, leading to imbalances that affect human healthy ecosystem provide essential service such as clean air, water, purification, climate regulation, and food security. So sa ecosystem health naman, kalusugan ng ecosystem at kalusugan ng tao ay malalim na magkakaugnay. Ang mga aktibidad tulad ng pagkawalan ng biodiversity, pagkasira ng tirahan, deforestation, pollution ay maaaring makayambala sa mga ecosystem at karoon ng malalayong sa kabaligtaran. Ang malusog na ecosystem ay nagbibigay ng mahalagang serbisyo kabilang ang malinis na hangin at tubig, regulasyon ng klima at seguridad sa pagkain na detektang nag-aambag sa kapakanan ng tao. Ang pagkilala sa pagtutulungan ng kalusugan ng paligiran at ecosystem ay napakahalaga para sa pagtiyak ng isang na papanatiling hinaharap sa kalusugan ng ating palita at ng ating sarili. So next is emerging contaminants. The identification and understanding of emerging contaminant is an ongoing challenge in environment, health, and toxicology. This include pharmaceuticals, personal care, plastics, and endocrine disrupting chemicals. The potential long-term effects on this contaminant on human health and research. So, sa emerging contaminants naman po is ang pagkilala at pag-unawa sa mga umusbong na contaminant tulad ng mga pharmaceutical, mga produkto ng personal na pangangalaga, microplastics na nakakamgabala sa endocrine ay nagdudulot ng patuloy na mga hamon sa kalusugan ng kapaligiran at toxicology. Ang mga potensyal na palang epekto ng mga kontaminant na ito ay sa kalusugan ng tao at sa kapaligiran ay sinasaliksik pa rin hanggang sa ngayon po. Mahalagang ipagpatuloy ang pag-aaral at pagsubaybay sa mga musbong na kontaminant nito upang mas maunawaan ang kanilang mga panganib, bungo ng mga naangkop na regulasyon at magtupad ng mga diskarte sa pagpapagaan upang maprotektahan ang parehong ekosistem at kapakanan ng mga tao. That's all po.
So let's proceed to the emerging contaminants. The identifications and understanding of emerging contaminant is an ongoing challenge in environmental health and toxicology. These include pharmaceuticals, personal care products, microplastic, and endocrine disrupting chemicals. The potential long-term effect on these contaminants on human health and the environment are still being researched. So, when we say contaminants of emerging, ito yung ginagamit ng mga professional to test the quality of water, to describe pollutants na tinutukoy sa mga environmental monitoring samples. So, ito rin is nagdudulot sa ating ecological or human health na karaniwan ay hindi nakokontrol ng ating environmental laws. So, sinasabi dito na ang emerging contaminants ay ongoing or patuloy na hamon sa ating environmental health and toxicology. So, kabilang dito ang mga pharmaceuticals, personal care products, microplastic, and endocrine disrupting chemicals. So, sa ngayon is patuloy pa rin ang pananaliksik kung ano nga ba ang maaring maging long-term effect sa ating environmental. So next, environmental justice. Environmental health disparities and environmental justice issues are gaining recognitions. Vulnerable communities, including low-income populations and marginalized group, often face a disproportionate burden of environmental hazards and have limited access to healthcare services. Addressing the disparities is crucial for achieving equitable environmental health outcomes. So, yung pagkakaiba daw ng environmental health at mga issues sa environmental justice is nagkakaroon daw ng recognitions, which is ang mga mahihinang communities is kabilang sa mga low income at mga marginalized na group, which is kadalasan naharap sa mga disproportionate burden of environmental hazards and have limited access sa mga healthcare services. So despite of this, mahalaga pa rin na makamit ang pagkakapantay-pantay ng ating environmental health outcomes. Efforts are being made globally to address these challenges. So, lahat daw So, hindi pa rin huminto ang ating government, international organizations, and communities para magpatupad ng mga patakaran at regulation para mabawasan ang pollutions. At syempre, pinopromote nila ang renewable energy resources at pinap at in-improve din nila ang waste management at syempre ang ating environmental monitoring. Bukod pa rito is patuloy pa rin ang pananaliksik at advocacy upang mapaunawa sa atin na mayroong at mayroong source or cure sa ating environmental at human health. So, the expanding human populations on Earth is a significant global concern with implications for various aspects of life, including the environment, resources, infrastructure, and social dynamics. So, sinasabi dito na ang lumalawak na population ng tao sa mundo ay isang global concern with implications para sa iba't ibang aspeto ng buhay. So, kabilang dito yung mga nabanggit, yung environment, resources, infrastructure, and social dynamics is i-discuss ng another reporter.
Okay, so good morning, ma'am. This is the topic that I can choose. Which is the population growth, the environmental impact of the population growth, and then the resource scarcity. So what is the effect of the resource of the population in the resource? Okay. So population growth, the human population has been increasing steadily over time. So it can be continue increase time to time, every year, or in how many years that can be fast, it can be increase. So in 1800s, the global population was only around 1 billion. And then it reached 7 billion by the year 2011. So as of 2021, the estimated global population is over 7.9 billion people. So could you imagine that our population in the past was only 1 billion, but time to time goes by, the population was doubled the increase of the population. So the United Nations project that the population could reach around 9.7 billion by 2050. So it can so if we can imagine, that's if you can imagine, we convert this to our resource uh, population compared to the resources. This it can be happen that is it can be dangerous. This is there is a risk that our resource must be um, can be decreased, or it can be not enough to feed our populations. So let's move to our environmental impact. So what is the environmental impact? If the population was continue growing, and it can be not much to our resource. So the expanding of human population places immense pressure on natural resources in ecosystem. So obviously it can be a pressure to our natural resources in ecosystem. Increased demand for food. So a lot of people, there is a lot of consuming the food. Then water, energy, and raw materials. So the effect was our raw materials was short. There is a shortage to our raw materials. It can be leads to deforestation, habitat destruction, overfishing, and pollution. So as we can observe in the picture, that our forests must be by the effect of the deforestation, our trees, the oldest trees can be consumed because of the a lot of people can demand these raw materials. This contributes to the biodiversity loss. So our biodiversity must be weakened. Climate change. soil degradation, and other environmental challenges. So as we observe now, compared to the past, there is a lot of typhoons coming to the Philippines. So by that, we observed that the climate change happened because and also there's the La Niños in the El Nina. Okay, so a lot of time, sometimes, oftentimes, or maybe always, all the times, or as we observe, the El Niños can take a lot of month. So, uh, uh, in the first years, or in the first, it can be balanced. The El Nino and the La Nina, it could be balanced by a year, but as we observe now, it can sometimes the La Nina was more by the year, or maybe the El Nino was a lot of month to be experienced. Okay, so that's the impact to our environment if we continue the increases of the population. Okay, so let's move to the resource scarcity. So with more people consuming resource, there is a risk of depleting finite resource. So obviously, it can be a risk. It can be risky to continue growing the population, continue increasing the population, because our resources was, we know that our resources was limited. It can be enough to feed our people, so that if the balance, we lose the balance of the population over the resources, it can be risky to people. So there is the most dangerous was if the time was come that the resource was gone, the resource was a little, only 1% to be consumed. That's the very difficult to experience. So that for now, we as student people, we need to know how to control our resources. We need to know how to consume our resources properly, so that we can experience this kinds of dangerous living. So it can be also observed to the such as fossil fuels, minerals in the fresh waters. So that's is this also the fresh water can be one of uh, the most affected resource. It can be lesser if the population was continue to increase. So others was the growing demand for these resources may lead to complex and economic disparities. Sustainable development and the development of alternative resources are essential to address these challenges, so that our government was continue to teach people how to control consuming these resources, so that we cannot. So this is a pure challenge for us to control our resources, because for now, this year, and for the coming year, there is a shortage that can be happen, so that for now we need to control this. Okay, so that we can escape to this kind of riskier kind of living. Okay, so this is my discussion, and then thank you, ma'am.
Good day everyone. I'm Karil Villanueva and I am here to discuss about urbanization, social economic, health and well-being. So, what is urbanization? Urbanization is a population growth is closely linked to urbanization. More people are moving to cities, leading to the expansion of urban areas and the creation of megacities. Urbanization brings its own set of challenges, including increased energy consumption, waste generation, pollution, and strain of infrastructure and services like housing, transportation, and healthcare. Urbanization also refers to the process of more and more people moving from rural areas to cities. This is happening because cities offer more job opportunities, better education, and other advantages. As a result, cities are growing bigger and some are becoming huge megacities with millions of people. However, this population growth and urbanization also bring some problems. One major issue is that more people in cities means more energy is needed to power homes, buildings, and transportation system. This increased energy consumption can lead to more pollution and contribute to climate change. Social and economic implication. The expanding population has social and economic implication. It can strain social system including education, healthcare, and social welfare. Rapid population growth in some regions can outpace the availability of jobs, leading to unemployment and poverty. Managing population growth and ensuring equitable distribution of resources are crucial for social and economic stability. So, when the population of an area grows larger, it affects both society and economy. This can put a lot of pressure on social system like education, healthcare, and social welfare. For example, there may not be enough schools or teachers to accommodate all the children, or hospitals may struggle to provide healthcare services to everyone. In addition, rapid population growth in certain areas can be a problem because there might not be enough job opportunities available for everyone. This can result in high unemployment rates and increased poverty levels. When people don't have jobs, it becomes difficult for them to earn money and support themselves and their families. To maintain a stable society and economy, it is important to manage population growth effectively. This includes implementing policies and programs that support family planning and provide access to contraception. It is also crucial to ensure that resources are distributed fairly among the population. This means making sure that everyone has access to basic necessities like food, water, healthcare, and education. What is health and well-being? Health and well-being, it is the growing population possess challenges to public health system, adequate access to healthcare services, sanitation, and clean water becomes more challenging with increased population density. Communicable diseases, access to reproductive health services, and healthcare infrastructure become areas of concern that need to be addressed to ensure the well-being of the population. Also, having a large population can make it difficult for public health system to provide enough healthcare services, clean water, and sanitation for everyone. When there are more people living close together, it becomes easier for diseases to spread from person to person. It also becomes harder for people to get the medical care they need and for the healthcare facilities to keep up with the demand. This can be a problem for a people who want to have access to reproductive health services such as family planning and prenatal care. It is important to address these challenges so that everyone can have good health and well-being.